Welcome everyone to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter Deck unboxing. This time around we are going to be looking at Starter Deck Yuya, which actually came out in May 27th of 2016. So by this point, it has actually been a few years since it was released, but as you kind of already know, when it comes to this entire arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! In the anime, this one actually focused specifically on pendulums. Now this deck in particular has a bunch of Performa Pals. This is around the introduction of Performa Pals, as you may already know. Now obviously, because this here is a starter deck, it's not the crazy good Performa Pals. Like, you know, there's definitely some banned cards for Performa Pals, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but those are some of the better ones. But this here being a starter deck, well, it doesn't have those, but this here is actually first edition, as you can tell. So you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Now the back, we'll go ahead and quickly show you that. As you can see, a ton of Performa Pals, pretty cool. Odd Ice Pendulum Dragon is also there, that's always nice to have. Stargazer Magician, Time Gazer, whatever, and so on and so forth. And there's a Spell and Trap lineup, as you can see. Also some pretty good staples in there. Always nice to have some of those. So you know what? Let's do this. It's time to do this. So one thing that's kind of odd, I'm not sure if a lot of you know this, but when it comes to starters versus structures, starters are actually smaller. Like, the box is literally smaller, and that's something that you may not necessarily always know, but that actually is the case. And I'm just like, what the heck? That's kind of strange. Alright, so that right there is actually it for the entire box. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. So, as you know, begins with the beginner's guide here. I'm not really gonna go ahead and showcase that, but that's that. Then over here we have a mat, play mat, and let's take a look at this right here. Oh, there we go. Now this is not Master Rule 4 because links were not a thing yet when this one came out, but instead it does have the pendulum zone. So that was actually for the pendulums. Of course, eventually pendulum zones became into the spell and trap card zones, left and right, but that's it for the mat. And lastly, we got this here, so let's go ahead and take that out. We don't really need that piece right there. So here are, of course, the cards. So, like I was saying before, these here, oh god, I have to go ahead. There we go. It's always a little tricky to get those. Yeah, these here, as you can see, it's a bunch of Performa Pals. The fact that they're first edition is actually kind of cool. I will say that, I will admit that. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start with Performa Pal, Sleight Hand Magician. It's level 7, light as you can see, and the effect says you can special summon this card from your hand by attributing one Performa Pal monster, except a Pendulum monster. Once per turn, you can discard one card and target one face-up card on the field destroyed. Alright, pretty decent for a starter deck actually, right? It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's of course always nice to get that first edition right there, as you can clearly see. That's always awesome to have. Alright. It's actually really good artwork as well. I am a big fan of that one. Alright. That one goes right over there. Next foil, we have Performa Pal King Bear. This one's actually a level 6 Earth Pendulum. Its effects here say cannot be destroyed by spell trap effects while in face-up attack position, and this card gains 100 attack for each Performa Pal card you control during your battle phase only. And then its other effect, once per turn during the end phase, if this card was activated this turn, you can destroy this card, and if you do, add one level 7 or higher monster to your hand that is either in your graveyard or face up in your extra deck. Alright, and as you can see, it's 7 in terms of the pendulum scales that it has, so that's pretty cool. Another definitely interesting artwork, as you can see. That's pretty cool, but yeah, first edition, so that's 2 right there. The next one is Performa Pal Mammon Carpet. This one's a 3 Earth. Look at that. Flip, you can target one set card in the field, destroy it. If this card is special summon, you can change it to face down defense position. Unless you have a card in your other pendulum zone, destroy this card. Or this card is in the pendulum zone, any battle damage you take becomes halved. Okay. Oh my god, that artwork though is always freaking cool. Mammon Carpet, alright. So that's another one right there. Next up we got, what could it be? None other than Performa Pal Paratrio. Oh my god. These fucking artworks though, they're hilarious to me sometimes. Alright, Wind, level 3. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon one Performer Pal monster from your deck, except a Pendulum monster. And once per turn, if you control a Performer Pal Magician or Odd Eyes card in your other Pendulum zone except Performer Pal Paratrio, you can make this card's Pendulum skill become 7. Okay, okay. Well, look at that. 500 attack. Alright, pretty weak stats, but an overall interesting effect, that's for sure. So that right there's Performer Pal Paratrio. Okay, and we got one more super from this one, and it is Performer Pal Long Phone Bull. That's an Earth level 4 right there. Now this one is actually not a pendulum, but it says, if this card is special summon, you can add one Performer Pal monster from your deck to your hand, except a pendulum monster. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, so it's a little bit in terms of limitations here and there, but not horrible by any means. But yeah, there we go. So that's pretty cool. Performer Pal Long Phone Bull. Alright. So that right there is actually it. I guess it might make more sense to actually go ahead and try this out. Put them like right there at the top. Oh shoot, I just messed it up, didn't I? Alright, let's take a look at the rest of the cards here. So these are all the commons. We got Performer Pal Swing Cobra. Look at that, that's pretty cool, right? Getting that first one there. Performer Pal Teeter Totter Hopper. Oh gosh, okay. These names are hilarious to me. And of course, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. That one is definitely going to be on there. Basically the Dark Magician, you know, to Yuya. You can kind of treat it like that. Definitely a very iconic pendulum, but now it's outdated in some ways, of course. And then we got Stargazer Magician. That's level 5 right there. Another pendulum. So many pendulums in here. I mean, obviously it's to introduce you to pendulums, because that was the thing back in 2016. Time Gazer Magician. There we go. Then we got Performer Pal Drumarilla. Okay. Then Performer Pal. This name was always like, so it's Second Donkey, but it's not like Second Donkey, it's just Second Donkey, like together. That's really funny. Then we got Performer Pal Hip Hippo. Okay. And then we got, I believe that's actually going to be it for the Performer Pals. It's actually a good amount of them, plus some other additional monsters in there, but I'm going to lay those right over there. Then here we got Foucault's Cannon. That's actually a normal monster, but it's a pendulum normal. And then we got Archfiend Eccentric. Gene Warp Warwolf, can't ever go wrong with that, right? It's a 2000 beat stick, pretty cool. Beast King Barbaros. Now this one's actually, it did actually see some play, and it still sees some play because it's very versatile in some ways, you know? It's basically 3000 attack, but you can summon it with only 1900 attack with no monsters, or you can tribute 3 to destroy all cards on the opponent's side of the field. Interesting. Pitch Black Werewolf negates trap cards from the battle phase. Then we got Dragon Dowser and Giant Rat. So that's about it for the monster lineup there. Definitely some good cards there. Beast King Barbaros only really stands out a good amount, but there's also a few others that are okay in some ways, you know. Next up we got the spell lineup. Performer Pal Dramatic Theater is the first one. Then we got Smile World. Oh my god, can this thing get any more 420? Like, are you kidding me? Look at this effect here. This is worthy of reading the effect. All face of monsters currently on the field gain 100 attack for each monster currently on the field. Not very good, but it's really cool. Just the way, like how funny and happy it is. And we got Hippo Carnival. We got Draw Muscle, Mystical Space Typhoon. Can't ever go wrong with that. Lightning Vortex, Book of Moon, Lucky Iron Axe, Burden of the Mighty. Oh my god, this card. In the video games. Backup Rider. Oh, I gotta focus. Focus. Okay, there we go. So these are all the spells. There's actually a good amount of traps. Oh my gosh. That's never good for a deck to have that many trap cards. Performer Pal Showdown is the first one. Then we got Pinch Helper. And we got Wall of Disruption. Ceasefire, pretty good burn card. Raigeki Break. Well, it's decent, but it's -1, unfortunately. Draining Shield, Threatening Roar, Dark Bribe, it's a negate, Chaos Burst is an okay card, not really that great, and then Pendulum Reborn. So these are all the traps, and then we got 3 of these tokens. We got Hippo tokens, actually. Give you 3 of these, and they really just say, I mean, what you kind of already expected to say. Can be used as a Hippo token. If used for another token, apply that token's type/attributes. Yes, you can use tokens for other tokens, but just make sure to use the right stats, because these are meant to be Hippo tokens. So yeah, so that's basically it for the deck. As you can see, there's actually a sizable amount of trap cards, and like I was saying, that's not really entirely a good thing. Yeah, there's too many trap cards, but that's about it. So we got our traps, we got our spells, a lot of Performa Pals actually. All 5 of the ones up here are Performa Pals, and then we actually have a few more over here. You know, we got Swing Cobra, we got Teeter Totter Hopper, that's hilarious. Pendulum Dragon is not one, but it's still cool to have that, plus Stargazer Magician and Time Gazer Magician. It's nice to have those. And over here we got Drumarilla, and then we have these 2 that are not pendulums, but Second Donkey and Hip Hippo. This one was actually, I believe this is the one that, look at that. After normal summon this card, you can tribute summon 1 level 7 or higher monster in base up attack position during your main phase's turn, in addition to your normal, yeah, okay, cool. Alright, but that is about it for the deck. So as always, let me know what you actually think about this deck here. That's basically it for the entire starter deck, Yuya, which came out back in 2016. Once again, like I keep saying, Performa Pals Sleight Hand Magician. Look at that. Cool. Alright, so as always, let me know what you think of the deck, but always also let me know what you think of the video, and leave recommendations on what decks I should be unboxing in the future. And as always, I will see you all next time. Bye bye everyone, have a great and of course a fantastic day.